Tell him sit down. Be humble.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a rope. And before this, thank you, David. And Brent, with the grind of the season really upon us, we're about halfway through. Is this the point where the bench helps a team be better, be a bigger factor in going forward from this point?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Kevin. It's a great point that the depth of your team at this point in the year is something where coaches who feel confident about being a contending team, that they know they can rely on these guys to come in and bring the juice every night competitively.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Mirotic at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Grant. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
This is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those two anchors on the front line.
Passes it to Mirotic. Grant kicks to Mirotic. It's stolen by Davis. Moore with it, now defended by Grant. Moore against Grant, the 10-footer. No good from Moore. Here's Chicago. Here's LaVine, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Well, he's going to punish you down there if you're not more physical than he is, and look for them to go right back to that play.
Mirotic gets the bucket. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
There's the pick. Screen by Cousins. Rondo kicks to Moore. And Hill has it in the corner. Inside, Cousins can't get it to fall.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it left. Outside, LaVine. And Mirotic has it in the corner.
Great contest from AD there. Always a legitimate threat to throw it back.
Second chance effort. And Mirotic has it in the corner to the right side. Over Davis. Mirotic's shot is off.
And the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Pelicans shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And Moore, as an efficient scorer out here, plays well within himself on the offensive end.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. Bulls shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. He doesn't get the second one.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Rondo dishes to Davis. Shoots over Mirotic, and Davis gets it to go.
And really, you can't play defense on Anthony Davis better than that, but offense beats defense.
Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just a phenomenal crash from Anthony Davis on the boards there. He comes up with the rebound and gets an easy putback.
And Davis sends it back. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound by the Bulls. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's LaVine. And LaVine throws it down.
And I don't know if there's anybody who can match LaVine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Now here's Rondo. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Hill kicks to Davis. Outside Rondo from about 19 feet. Mirotic grabs the miss.
And I know we want to assume these shots are going in. The defense definitely blew an assignment there, but still got lucky.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. 11 feet away. Rondo with another miss. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Lopez. Up and in on the layup. Lopez has got his first points in this one.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Stolen. He's covered by Rondo, and it's good for 2. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now with a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Dante Cunningham's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Miller comes in for Hill. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
For New Orleans, their last game, a loss to the Celtics in Boston. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I love seeing Dunn use his creative side to get these calls. He is simply amazing at putting defenders in a tough spot.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. The Pelicans trail. Miller, right side. Here's Cunningham. Misses the 3.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
Dunn passes to Portis. Holiday with the 3. It's Cunningham with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Another miss by Holiday. Crawford outside, and it's Clark in the corner. Kicks it to Davis. Got it off in time, and the officials call a traveling violation. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Bulls lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the... And Chicago has possession. all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Chicago right now, they've got Portis, who's out there with Quincy Pondexter, and it's Felicio in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Cousins. He's tightly guarded. And he elevates for the step-up. Chris Dunn did not like that.
Wow, how about that from the big man, showing a little something special. Tremendous at getting up off the ground and finishing with style. DeMarcus Cousins, a big guy without a doubt, who can carry the offensive load for any team that he's playing on. He puts up some incredible numbers on some decent offensive efficiency. Over 20 shots a game, though, the last few seasons.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Devin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. And for Cousins, one of the reasons he can carry a team on offense is how many different ways he can score.
Well, he does an amazing job of getting to the line, and a couple seasons in his career so far, Kevin, has been over 10 free throws a game. Those are easy points to put up on the board.
Crawford, no luck. Chicago leading. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. It's good. Dunn's got 4 this quarter.
What about the concentration of Dunn nailing the shot right in the D's face?
Clark kicks to Crawford. They set the pick. Six to shoot. Takes the 13-footer. Crawford missing again. The Bulls leading by 4. Dunn passes to Felicio. Bulls moving the ball around. Holiday gets the bucket.
And the height Dunn possesses is what allows him to see the floor so well. So good at setting up his guys for quality shots.
Screen by Cousins. Crawford dishes to Cousins. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And so much of what Cousins does on the court is unstoppable. But at times, Brent, his leadership is something that can get in the way.
Well, I wouldn't technically call that leadership, Kevin. There are times where DeMarcus Cousins detracts from what it is the ultimate goal of a team. In the early part of his career, created a bit of negativity around the atmosphere of what was going on. I think over the past couple years, he's been much better. He's got a new situation now and maybe a new lease on life.
They set the pick. Shot off the pick. And there it is for him. Cousins has got his second bucket of the night.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Kick out to Levine. That's it, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Grant against Moore. A floater. That shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. He's covered by Rondo. Now the feed to Mirotic. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Pelicans trail by 7. Rondo kicks to Davis. Picked away. He's covered by Rondo. And Mirotic has it in the corner. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
Here's Hill. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. 59 seconds left in the first half. They set the pick. Dishes it to Moore. Just 5 on the clock. Over in the corner, Ajinça. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And Davis can't get it to go. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
17-foot shot on the way. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. Just had a tough quarter.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight, and the first one at the line is good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Clark's checked in, and the Bulls making a change also. Holiday's checked in.
Hill's smart about taking quality shots. He can play either forward position. It's a nice bit of versatility for a coaching staff.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Grant, that's good. Pelicans trail by 7. Hill is screen on Grant. Rondo passes to Hill. He dishes it to Davis. Inside, Rondo makes it off the glass.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Bulls up by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Fred Hoiberg. Coach, your team set the tone defensively in that first half. What stood out to you most at that end of the floor?
Just overall activity. We had active hands. We got a lot of deflections. That led to some run-out, easy baskets for us.
Coach, we'll see if they still have that energy in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. And guys, for the Bulls, and Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back to New Orleans, everyone. Glad to have you with us tonight as we take a peek at all the happenings just outside of Bourbon Street. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides look... last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the Boston Celtics. Hill and Davis are the forwards. Rajon Rondo is out there with E'Twaun Moore, and it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Outside, Davis, screened by Cousins. Baseline try. The kick out to Hill. The three-pointer, no good.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Here's Grant. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the first one at the line is good. And Grant drops them both.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Outside Rondo. Cousins with a screen for Rondo. Feeds to Moore. It's Hill on the wing. He's covered by Grant. Davis with a screen on Grant. 5 to shoot. And it's sent back by Lopez. There's Levine, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Levine's got 10 points.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Brent, when you were playing in Seattle, those were the best assist years, statistically, of your career. What led you to become such a catalyst for that offense?
Well, it was interesting just as I finally got an opportunity to start to play with the basketball as a 2-guard a little bit more in Seattle, trying to play a little bit more up-tempo. And again, I'll mention opportunities because of Gary Payton getting double-teamed. It opened up situations for me, Kevin, where I could be a bit more creative as the off-guard.
And you loved that, didn't you?
I love playing that way. I wish I had more years of doing that, kind of the run-and-gun style that Phoenix employed for most of the mid-2000s with that 7 seconds or less. I could have been agreeable with that.
New Orleans shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Dante Cunningham's checked in for New Orleans.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions, not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
Pondexter, no good. Pelicans trail by 9. And stolen by Dunn. To the left wing. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Pondexter's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that one miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
There's a good screen. Crawford kicks to Cunningham. Screen by Cousins. Moore dishes to Cousins. Crawford, no one around him. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 3 assists in the game. Here's Dunn. That shot off the mark. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They host the Kings after this game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Here's Crawford, but they get it back. Here's Cousins, and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
The tricks of the big man, DeMarcus Cousins, on display there. Terrific at showing the ball, getting his man to jump out of position, and taking full advantage.
Ian Clark's checked in for Moore. And Chicago also making a switch. Justin Holiday's checked in for Jaren Grant. Done with it. And the rejection by Cousins. Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For New Orleans, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. Free throw drops for Crawford. And he makes both free throws. Here's Dunn. He has 7. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. That one's off. Still out of sync. And it's Clark in the corner. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Bulls leading by 4. Dunn kicks to Portis. Lays it up off the glass.
And that's just too easy, too big, too far inside. And that's as simple as it gets.
Clark, the pass to Cunningham. 1:51 left to play here in the third. Crawford outside. 5 to shoot. Count it. Crawford's got 9 points now in the quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Here's Dunn. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Miller.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
He kicks it to Cunningham. There's the pick. There's the dish to Clark. No good from outside.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
1:02 left in the third quarter of the game. Dunn kicks to Felicio. 3-pointer. Pondexter bangs home the trifecta. Pondexter's got 5 now.
Not a shot the coaches are going to draw up often for him, and he makes it with the defense closing in.
Clark dishes to Crawford. Pass to Cunningham. Back to Crawford. Screen by Cousins. Fires the 3. Crawford, no luck.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Clearly a foul.
Bulls have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Cunningham. Solomon Hill comes in for Darius Miller. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jordan Crawford. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Clark, the pass to Davis. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Levine banked in off the glass. Levine's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Moments ago, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Hey, what kind of killer instinct we got now, okay? All right, let's get this thing up to 20. Don't let him come back right here, all right? Rebound that thing. Keep pushing it. Keep the pace. The pace is beautiful right now.
Fred Hoiberg challenging his team, asking if they have what it takes to effectively finish this thing off.
Yeah, young coach, but you have to love his approach. His closer attitude is going to serve him well down the road.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. So the Bulls 5 right now. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Chicago. When a powerful athlete, Grant, like LeBron James, steamrolls his way to the rim, It's so difficult and so much stress on that defense. But who are some of the smaller slashers in the league that can have just as big an effect?
A couple of guys I think about, Kevin, is Otto Porter in Washington, Thad Young in Indiana, and Trevor Ariza in Houston. Although he likes to shoot threes, still a good slasher. Most of these guys, Kevin, play with guys who have the ball a ton. Wall and Beal in Washington, Teague and Paul George. So to be a creative scorer, if you're not shooting threes, you've got to find angles and opportunities as a slasher to put points on the board. Those guys do a pretty good job of it. And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Now Rondo to the inside. Davis kicks to Hill. Just 5 to shoot. Off the screen, and Hill throws it down.
Well, the size of Solomon Hill should give him confidence enough to go in there and finish around the rim.
He's covered by Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And it's sent back by Hill. He feeds it to Rondo. Here's Davis. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 8 points for Davis.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Right wing, and Mirotic kicks to Lopez. That's the 3 fly. Drains it from beyond the arc. And that's now 6 points for Nikola Mirotic. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. New Orleans making a switch here. Moore's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. With them getting outshot from the perimeter, he told them, we have got to defend the three-point line. Those threes are destroying us. We'll see if they can tighten it up, Kevin.
Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Bulls lead by 12.
This guy is so tough to guard. He feels like he could take any challenge that the defense is going to throw at him.
The pass to Cousins. And it falls over the rim and in.
And this is why he's one of the top scorers in the game. He can just get it rolling at the drop of a hat.
The Bulls leading by 10. Fires, high post, again Chicago. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. There's the screen. Rondo kicks to Moore. His three-pointers off the mark. Chicago's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. In the corner, it's Levine. And it's sent back by Hill. And now the Pelicans on the break. Rondo's running. Good on the bucket. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
If they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's on Rajon Rondo. Free throw, no good.
And he has been grinding away to get himself to the line. It hasn't always turned into points, but he's doing a lot of the dirty work for them.
He hits the second from the line.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Passes it to Hill. Here's Cousins. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 7th rebound here tonight. He's covered by Rondo. Kick out to Levine. It's stolen by Hill. Down low. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket for Rajon Rondo.
Hill can be a valuable player, someone who sees the floor very well, that time moving the ball.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. On the wing, Levine. And he's good on the 3-ball. Levine's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
Hill kicks to Cousins. To the middle. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by Cousins. Cousins has got his 4th assist in this one. The Bulls leading by 10. Lopez outside. Levine against Hill. Levine can't hit. New Orleans now. Time running out. 1:24 left here in the 4th quarter. Outside Rondo. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 10. 1:16 left to play in the final quarter. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Without his heroics here tonight, this could have been a 2nd straight loss for them. But he was sensational, and instead of a losing streak, he may have them headed in the opposite direction now. Chicago's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Kick out to Levine. He's covered by Rondo. Outside, Levine. Again, Levine missing. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Stolen by Levine. 43 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And the rejection by Cousins.
It'd take a miracle at this point.
Right, with this deficit and this late in the game, their time has already passed.
And it's good, 2 points.
The way that Cousins keeps that one in control, an amazing job how he fights through the contact, something he is very used to.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier, and now they decide to foul intentionally. It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 8. 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now here's Dunn to the wing right side. That's tipped. And so it's Chicago winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Alder, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.